to secure information, but revealed officers' names, make and models of their cars, phone numbers, and home address.
The process for making what I do, it starts with an original sculpture, which I make out of polymer clay. So I make that sculpture, which is an original, and then I cast it in a silicon mould, and then I put a jacket over the top of the mould in a standard moulding process, and then I turn it over and destroy the original, which leaves a hollow so that I can cast into that silicon mould to replicate over and over again that original image. I am Cityzenkane. It's a non-toxic resin called jesmonite. I don't exhibit. I put my work on the streets of London and anywhere in the world where they will have my work. Only 1,000 miles to go. I've been working for about 8 years.
Send a clear message.
I started making sculptures when I was about 24. I've been doing artwork since I was 14. All the beauties.
Thank you for choosing Stella.
Essentially, it's symmetry. My influences are in symmetry, nature, ancient cultures, and
1,000 miles to go.
an amalgamation with science fiction and spirituality. I have a day job, and my day job is working in television as a cameraman, freelance cameraman, and so I'm in the process of juggling two lives, which is working in television and working as a part-time artist. I have a problem with selling my work in terms of when the monetary aspect comes into my work, then it interferes with the free flow process of what I'm doing. Each piece takes a varying amount of time. It depends on the size, but some of the bigger ones can take up to 3 months to make. I went to Sweden because I was invited by a street art festival called Artscape, who, through a London connection called Daniel Woods, invited me to come and exhibit and do a wall at their street art festival in Gothenburg. These pieces are for everybody to see. I don't make my work exclusively for galleries. I make my work to be seen on the walls of London and wherever they happen to be, so that everybody can see them free of cost and make their own judgments about what it's about. In Sweden, the invitation for artists was global, and so we had artists coming in from all around the world. The reaction I get to my art is exactly what I wanted it to be right from the outset, which was I wanted people to come across my art and think, what on earth is this? So the purpose of it is to look at it and see it as something that could have potentially been there for millennia. So when you wander around the streets, you see all these amazing sort of gargoyles and wonderful sort of architectural artifacts that are just draped on the side of buildings, on the top of buildings, and they are sort of complement to the building. And I wanted to present my art in a similar fashion, except that my art is incongruous with the architecture. It's not supposed to be there, and therefore it creates a reaction from the viewer I suspect, of confusion. I don't mind people touching my work, and in actual fact I was advised to put my work higher on the wall because it was getting stolen so often. People were jacking it off the wall. An element of my work is about touch, and so if I keep it at street level, then people can come across and touch it. So it's a sort of extra dimension to the street art, which is not just visual, but it's the sensation of touch as well.
What's her name?
Daisy.
How's she doing?
She's doing really well.
How far have we travelled?
About 1,000 miles. Well, no, 700, something like that. 3/4 of the way there. We're going to Gothenburg in Sweden.
Dave, you made it to Sweden.
We're in Gothenburg now. Finally arrived. After 1,000 miles, mind the trap. Look. Oh, Dave. We've reached our destination.
Funny enough, a piece of mine got tagged recently. The guys that tagged it, you know, they came in and they tagged it in a very brutal way. But actually, the process of tagging itself I really love, because that to me is the essence of street art, is tagging. I actually loved that process of tagging because it's a spontaneous knee-jerk reaction. It is what it is, and it's immediate and it's brutal, and it is what it is, and therefore
You can see it in your mind's eye.
to me it's a wonderful thing. I use iridescent colours because I think a major theme of my work has been about what is beyond what we perceive. And since I started making my sculptures, I've always used materials which radiate light in different colours, and my latest work is about iridescent colours, and it's about perception. It's about looking at that iridescent paint from one angle and it's one colour, and then when you look at it from another angle it's another colour. So it's about actually the way we see reality totally depends on where we are at the time.
And it's an old street where the hookers and the strippers used to be. Now it's just two strip clubs around, but it's still rugged and raw. That street right there, it used to be a bad street with well, rugged bars, like quite bad bars, and all these antique shops as well. I used to have all these weird book shops. They had some graffiti shops, some skate shops, these kind of things, you know, like bars where you hardly even showed idea. It was like 3 bars down there, now it's like 20 bars in the whole street. And then I suppose this goes in the middle, yeah?
Yeah, this is the middle piece. The mask is, in hindsight to the piece, I've called it Okulu. Okulu is the African goddess of the sea. My assistant was this guy called Code 26, who is a local street artist in Gothenburg, and just was there for the whole time. Big up to you, Code 26. Most of my time is spent thinking about how I'm going to keep this heavy piece stuck to the wall without falling on anyone's head. But I've discovered self-tapping screws, and yeah, it's a way of drilling through the sculpture into the wall, and it's a very quick way of keeping that piece on the wall.
There's a woman just came by and she said it's the devil. It's Satan.
Looks like the guy out of Alien, yeah?
A lot of people say that. It's a big influence on me. H.R. Geiger.
Yeah.
Not so sexual.
It's not a biting vagina.
I have nightmares about that. some old lady trapped under one of my sculptures. Help! Well, the one we did in Chichester was made of concrete.
Really?
Solid concrete. It weighed 1.5 tons. It took 5 of us to get it on the wall.
Really nice art. Really nice art.
Thank you.
I love it. It's about time something nice happens on this street, and it won't be nicer than this, will it? Where am I?
Yeah.
This week I'm just assistant, that's it. I'm just Eric this week. Next week I'm Code 26, the artist. And then I'm gonna be in the spotlight. But this week I'm assistant of Cityzenkane.
Lite mer sådär. Jag vill inte ta bild på mig.
Oh,
Has it been there before?
action, action. Can you do it again? Whoops. Oops.
I know Cityzenkane's art from just walking around in London. Like, I got in contact with him through Daniel Wood, London Graffiti. Altogether, we're going to have 19 artists coming down to Gothenburg, but right now there's about 6 in town, yeah. Each of the 10 boroughs of Gothenburg will be included in Artscape 2016. Pretty unique.
Moving Gothenburg forward into the future, finally, with street art. In world-class street art.
Så en liten mobbare, kolla vad nöjd också. The dog pissed on my girlfriend. Yeah, what do you call it? The weed drops?
Buttons.
Yeah, before, like bomb drops.
Called them bomb drops. So good actually. Full stops.
Yes, very nice. Reminds me of when I was very many years ago in Indonesia.
I know what that word means now.
Yeah.
Material.
Yeah.
Oh, hey,
Hi.
come.
Dave.
Nice to meet you. Fantastic, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Eric, you just love this.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. Camera.
Yeah. Keep doing this. But you still gotta get all these angles, because all these little sides here, yeah? Like these sides here, there's little buttons. They can be black as well. It really pops up the wall now.
Yeah.
I think once the piece was up, and even though it had the full stops linking it all together, it was still incomplete. And then I decided to paint around them to give them a border, and then that just started to evolve into a sort of organic 2D stroke 3D piece.
Pretty good.
What do you think, Dave?
It's like something from Madame Tussauds, coming from a Tim Burton.
Oh, check that ass.
Wow, great ass.
I wouldn't say no to her.
Bonjour. How do you make those? I make a model. I make a sculpture, and I make a mold, and then I cast it. Yeah.
Let's exchange numbers, because I thought you guys were leaving. That's why I came over here. I wanted to say y'all should say. I think it's cool. I think the colors are great. Seating and drinking, you can have a whole audience here. I'm using cord, but I'm also using all sorts of stuff. So there's like a synthetic hardware cord, there's parachute cord. I'm actually going to dip cord and leftover paint from all the other artists. It's a little tedious. You just have to like put a nail or a screwdriver every 4 inches. Sorry, inches. People don't know what those are here.
Catch you later.
Catch you later.
Oh, the colours are fascinating. I thought they were going to be sharp, garish and neon, but they aren't. They're very beautiful.
Morgon.
Yeah, it's the same moron, but with 2 R's.
Morgon. Morgon. Hej då. Stop now.
Yeah, really nice.
Look at those bell bottoms.
Bell bottoms.
The planet Thardos 12. You want to go to Thardos 12? Where is she? Where's she gone?
How do you like it?
I love it
Why do you like it?
because it's beautiful.
Do you live on the street?
Yes, I do.
Yes, I'm very pleased with the piece. It was 4 months hard work making it. We loaded it onto the van and we drove 1,000 miles to Gothenburg. I'm pleased with it because we took 4 days to install it, and the feedback from the local people was great and the feedback from the organisers was great. So yeah, I'm very pleased with it, yeah.
Can I get a shot of you going? Hey.